Alright people, now we're gonna talk about King's throws. King, as we already know, is a grappling character, and no doubt he has the best throws in the game. But only a handful of them are really useful. So against King, if you're good in breaking throws, it would really help your success against this matchup. So let's first start with Giant Swing. In my opinion, this is the throw that you gotta look out for the most, because it is 10 frames fast, extremely bufferable, and does a humongous amount of damage. With those being said, King only needs the slightest frame advantage to make this throw uninterruptible. So expect him to set this throw up after moves like, for example, a single jab into a Giant Swing, or after punishers like 2-1 or back 1-2-1 hit. The point is that plus frames put King at a good throwing situation. So the button that you gotta press to break a Giant Swing is 1. Despite the Giant Swing looking like a 1+2 break, with a double arm animation, it is broken by 1. Also, don't try to be smart by doing hop kicks, because Giant Swing just becomes an air throw on jumping opponents. But if you ever get thrown by Giant Swing, do remember that you can tap a button as soon as you hit the ground. This will make your character do a tech roll to reduce the damage from 65 to 45. But when there's a wall directly behind King when he throws you, then all you can do is hope that you're not dead. So whenever there's a wall behind King, always remember that there might be a Giant Swing coming. So for King's 2 break throws, he has Tombstone and Tijuana Twister. These throws are also very bufferable like in Giant Swing. And you can spot these throws by their arm animation, because the arm animation only has the right arm extended out. So whenever you see the right arm, always tap 2 to break. Next throw is the Shining Wizard, wall running 2+4, which is also 10 frames fast like a Giant Swing, but it is broken with a 1+2 instead. But the downside is that King needs to be at a wall running state. Beginner King players will always make this throw very obvious, because the way they do it is that they run at you from a mile away and then do this throw. So that can be easily taken advantage of by ducking or just pressing 1+2 to break. But the better King players will make this throw less obvious by doing its instant wall running version, also known as Instant Shining Wizard or simply ISW. The really good Kings can even do this from point blank. So for the next part, I want to show you guys his most common multi-throws, or chain throws, if that's what you want to call them. King's most common, or the most practical ones, come out of his Crouch Dash. He has Crouch Dash 1+4, the Arm Breaker, which is a 1-break multi-throw starter. And he also has Crouch Dash 2+3, the Standing Heel Hold, which is a 2-break multi-throw starter. So there really is no way to tell which one is which. You just gotta guess. So let's go through the Arm Breaker first. So what I'm gonna do right now is show you guys the multi-throw map. Now I want you guys to examine it a bit, take a look at the throw break buttons and the corresponding damage of each link. You can pause the video if you wish. As you can see here, the strongest path would be to go down the Rolling Dash Cradle path, which does a huge 110 damage. But we can see here that the Rolling Dash Cradle only links from his Chicken Wing Face Lock, which is broken by tapping 1+2. So remember that if you get thrown by the Arm Breaker, mashing 1+2 will prevent King from doing the most amount of damage. Now we move on to King's Standing Heel Hold, which is the 2-break mix-up for the Arm Breaker. And again, I'm gonna show you guys the multi-throw map for this. Unlike the Arm Breaker, the most damage that can be done with this is only 95 damage, by going down the King's Bridge path. And as you can see, the only way to stop this is by breaking the Indian Deathlock with 1+2. But if you fail to break that, then there's gonna be no way for you to break King's Bridge. you're gonna have to take the 95 damage like a man. So to summarize on both throws, if you ever fail to break the arm breaker or the standing heel hold, you want to prevent the most damage by mashing 1+2. Alright people, I hope that you enjoyed that little breakdown that I made for King's throws. So far, the ones that I have talked about are the most used ones. I've left out King's other longer multi-throws like Cobra Clutch and Reverse Special Stretch Bomb. They are very long and maybe I'll leave them for another video in the future. Alright, thanks for watching.